can't tell y'all? You tuning into the best morning show on the globe. It's Bradham and Emery in the morning, y'all.
LeBron or Jordan, either one when I'm performing. Crossover, buzzer beater and I'm scoring. Bradham and Emery in the morning. Every play they on it. Every day I'm balling. Who's the coach? Who's the GOAT? Like Brady and Belichick, best show on the globe. And they embellish it. Y'all paying Ziffy, I'm Ken Griffey or maybe Mahomes. I stay in the zone, whether man to man or play in the zone. They can't stop me. Mayweather boxing, Curry with the shot, man. We just the best to be. Can we have our SB, please? This was meant to be. Every morning with Bradham and Emery.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Bradham Emery in the morning. No Marcus Bradham, but I am Justin Emery. Got my guy Mike from the Pitlane Parley podcast. You guys know him as host Mike. Mr. Mike Joachim. How are you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm lovely, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, other than screwing up the intro there, but I can fix that in post-production, so it does not matter. It does not matter. Yeah, it really helps when you actually plug the chords into the board. You'd be stunned by the wonders that it will do.
It did wake me up how it got like significantly louder like partway through. Like I definitely was not expecting that.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, why is this not cooperating with me? Oh, it's not plugged in.
We've all done it, man. We've all done it.
Yeah. So, man, it's been a while since we did a show. I think the last one we did was what, New Year's Eve? Maybe the 30th, something like that. It was the sign-off episode for the other show. So it's been basically 3 months. So catch me up. What has been up with the Pitlane Parley and everything else you got going on?
Man, it's that really boring time.
Hit me with your 2021 so far.
Yeah, it's that really boring time of the racing season when there's like a few big sports car races, you know, the 24-hour Rolex race down in Florida, which is really fun when you get to go to. Obviously, this year I covered it from my office. So that was cool. That was in January. Then, you know, we're dabbling in NASCAR coverage this year, but that's really it, man. Like racing-wise doesn't start until I think Formula One starts either next weekend or the weekend after. So we're getting to the finish line, no pun intended there, I swear, but it's that boring time of year where there's like nothing going on in the news. You know, everybody has their teams and cars ready. And it's just that quiet time of the year where we try to come up with like fun content, like trivia episodes and history of the 1960s racing or something like that. And, yeah, we try to keep it entertaining, but it's definitely much, much quieter.
Yeah, it's based, that's the off season for you, but it's about to start getting busy for you. So fingers crossed that everything works out for you moving forward, and you can do that. Now, you had started a second project.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of questions for you regarding that, but why don't you kind of give me a brief synopsis of that before I dive into those questions?
Yeah, so long story short, obviously I was home a lot last year, and typically I cover every IndyCar race in person for Pitlane Parley. It's still to be determined this year, but I am a big sports card collector my entire life, always have been, and had a lot more time on my hand to start buying and selling sports cards, and got into some different like Twitter groups and Facebook groups with people who essentially became friends. And then later last year, I actually did a guest appearance on a NASCAR and dirt racing podcast, the A-Main podcast. And one of their hosts, Matt, and I got to talking kind of after the show, like weeks after the show, and we were talking racing. And one day I was like, oh yeah, I got a box of NASCAR cards, which are like the cheapest type of sports card you can pretty much get right now. And he was like, oh, you collect? I collect. And one thing led to another. We literally at the time then talked every day about cards. And I had an opportunity through my day job to kind of launch a second show and get some support for the hosting fees of making a podcast. And I texted him. I said, do you want to do a show about cards? And he was in right away. We did a month or so of test episodes and working things out. And cardboard fever was born out of that.
Cards are all the rage right now. I see it. If maybe it's just because I've been paying more attention for it, but I feel like it went from part-time hobby for people to now it's everywhere. Cards. I hesitate to call it becoming mainstream because it's always been popular to collect cards.
Yep.
But I feel like it's at an all-time high within, I'd say, the last 18 months or so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, being stuck at home with the pandemic and everything has kind of given people more time to look online or run into the store real quick and buy a couple boxes of cards. But then you have guys like Gary Vaynerchuk talking about sports cards all the time, and Kevin Durant, I think, bought into a sports card company. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. So all these athletes now are
You
talking
said
about
Kevin Durant did?
Yeah.
See if I can pull that up. I'm listening. Go ahead.
And then there's this new thing called NBA Top Shot, which is like video cards, and it's only online.
Yes. I have no idea what that is. Do you mind explaining it to me if you're well versed in it?
This is going to be by no means an expert because
Okay.
I still think it's silly, but
It'll still be more than what I know. So
yes. So essentially, it's video clips only available online, only available through this Top Shot website. It's sanctioned by the NBA, so they support it. It's bought using cryptocurrency. Essentially, just plug in your credit card and it converts to crypto, and then you buy it and get a video clip. It's what's crazy to me is you could buy I had one clip in my account. I don't know if that's what you even call it. I think it's called a moment. You can see how educated I am on this. And it was a Darius Baisley dunk, and it was like $25. But you could also get like a Zion Williamson assist. Not even like a nice, I shouldn't say a not nice play, but an assist. Something that's kind of boring. That goes for like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. There was one guy I just read, he spent $175,000 in Top Shot in the past
20 million, right?
Yeah, 20 million, 18 million, something ridiculous.
Now, are there? I'm trying to figure out why like a Zion Williamson assist would only be what would be for $5,000. Like, is there only a limited amount of? I don't understand. I understand it's digital. I still don't get it though. Like, I mean, if it's digital, they can create as many of them as they want. No.
Yeah. So it's like a physical sports card where the value is when the print run is small. A 1 of 1, 1 of 10, etc. That's where the value is. But like a Zion Williamson assist that might be $5,000 or $10,000 is numbered to like 20,000, and that's apparently really good. But I haven't quite figured out that part yet.
And then another thing is a huge part of card value is condition. If it's digital, shouldn't it won't diminish unless the file becomes corrupt somehow on the server. So would they never lose value? If a player just gets better, I guess they would increase. But would they just never lose value then if they're not going to change in condition?
Yeah, you would think so. This is still so new that I don't know. I have my long-term concerns, but then again, I'd probably just sound like the old guy yelling at the clouds. So
I'm definitely intrigued. There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of unknowns.
You don't know long-term, are people going to stay interested in this? Like there's a good feeling about opening a pack of cards and pulling something that's super cool that you can have in your hands versus just essentially a private YouTube clip. It's kind of like dumbing it down for everybody listening. But for example, on Sunday, the way they do the sales is you have to join a digital or a virtual queue. Let's say they put out 30,000 packs. If you're not necessarily in the first 30,000 in line, you still might get one. Somebody might pass, or somebody might forget that they join the waiting line, which I have done before. So Sunday was the All-Star game and All-Star festivities for the NBA. I figured, you know what, I'm going to join the line. This is the most expensive pack. A pack to buy into was $200. I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can get one. I got one. And with the permission of my wife first, I was like, listen, this is a lot of money and I don't really know what this is, but the resale value is crazy. She was like, go for it. So I'm pulling up my eBay right now. It's got about 3 days left, and it's at $1,100. Now, this is unopened. I haven't touched what cards are or videos are inside purely because I don't want to potentially ruin the value if I get, a bunch of, I don't know. Crap. So I'm just leaving it in there. I'll gift it to whoever wins the auction on Sunday afternoon and come away with a really nice profit margin.
All right, now you've got my attention on this, so I now know what I will be doing after the show today.
Yes, I don't think you can actually even sign up for an account right now. They have it like super limited.
I don't know if I necessarily want to partake as much as I'm just fascinated by this.
Yeah, it's. I think those of us who are big collectors are either super fascinated by it or super, this is stupid. I don't want anything to do with it. There's like no middle ground.
Yeah, one of my guy Dan Lust, he's all over Twitter as a sports legal analyst.
Yeah,
he's very big into this. I see him tweeting about it all the time. I know he has several, I guess cards is what they're called. Moments,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I know he has a bunch. I know he's extremely into this. I'm going to see if I can get him on next week to get as much information out of him as I can because I'm fascinated about this now.
Yeah, I need to have somebody on Cardboard Fever to explain it better than that. And yeah, I don't think it's something I'm going to partake in very often. It's just I kind of saw the
opportunity.
The opportunity to make some money, and I'm not one. I never advocate to buy something sports card related just to make money because there's a very good chance you can strike out. But I took a big gamble on this one, and it looks like it's going to work out. So
hey, I mean, sometimes you do that. I was one of the people that came out on the plus side of GameStop. So I hear you. I hear you. When you got opportunities there, you got to jump on it.
Yeah.
Now, you said NASCAR is one of the cheaper cards you can get.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm assuming baseball is the most expensive. What is the most valuable of the sports card to have? Not necessarily individual card, but I'm saying on average as far as sport goes.
To be honest, baseball is pretty reasonable.
Oh, okay.
It's a toss up between the NBA and the NFL. And honestly, they might be dead even. Okay, for example, there's a series of NFL cards that came out in the last 6 weeks called Optic. Really nice cards. Really, really nice. There's on the first day they opened or they were for sale, somebody got a trio autograph, Justin Herbert, Tua, and Joe Burrow, one of one. So it was the only one printed.
Oh, and
it sold on eBay for $50,000 plus, maybe $60,000 total. I think so. It was a ton of money. So yeah, there's tons of value there. But a single box, which has maybe 60 to 80 cards, I don't know off the top of my head without looking, is $865, which is not high, like super high. It's, there are some boxes of NFL or NBA that are $2,000 a box,
and these are unopened from the manufacturer, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could open an $800 box and get, like I saw one guy and his big card in the box was like an offensive lineman, which, no offense, it's not really that exciting to pull an offensive lineman card.
Right. Now, I would listeners to the show know I'm all in on Justin Herbert. I called him a superstar before he was even drafted. So A Justin Herbert card, I'm not spending $50,000 on it. But a chance at I can see a card like that, Joe Burrow, because everybody knows a Pat Mahomes card is going to already be a extremely high price, and you probably won't get that high of a profit margin on it, compared to what you got if it was before he was drafted. But I'm extremely bullish on Justin Herbert. I know you advocated don't buy cards strictly to make money. There's some guys that I think there should be exceptions to every rule, and I think a Justin Herbert might be one of those for me personally.
I can respect that. Yeah. I mean, listen, sometimes you buy low on a guy or buy a Herbert while he's relatively expensive rookie QB speaking, still has a ton of room to grow in value. So you get a Justin Herbert rookie optic card for $130, where in a couple of years from now, if everything goes well for the Chargers, that might be, $1,000 card. So I don't think necessarily it's the worst plan to do something like that. Just, obviously you don't want to do it for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Or every receiver.
By the way, Kevin Durant's company is Star Stock.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, Star Stock. So what are the top, say, 3 to 5 brands if you're going to want to get cards for value? Because, I'm sure you have your budget cards that are really more for just personal collecting than trading and selling. So what are your top, say, 3 to 5 brands to really look for?
So the big thing is, this is a more difficult answer than you were probably expecting, but each sport is licensed by certain card manufacturers and not licensed by others. For example, baseball, Topps is probably...
Is there any company that has all 4?
No, not that I don't think so.
No one has exclusive. Okay, gotcha. Well, I shouldn't say exclusivity, but access to all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could make, let's say, for example, Panini is one of the big ones that does a lot of really cool cards. And
who was it?
Panini.
Panini. Okay.
They don't have licensing for baseball. They'll make baseball, but then there's no logo on the helmet or the jerseys. I think instead of saying, San Diego Padres, it just says San Diego. And if you really want, let's just say in this case, a Fernando Tatis Jr. autograph, you can get one for 1/10 of the cost because it doesn't have his logo and team name and everything on it. So it's kind of cheesy. I don't like the look of a jersey when it has nothing on it and you see a helmet with no logo, but it is a way to get in.
Yeah, it's like when you make a T-shirt and put it on a website to sell, and you gotta, cartoonize it a little bit to just make it happen.
Yeah.
Love it. Now, what are your top 3 cards, if you were to say right now, that have your attention?
Wow, that's a good one. So I'm gonna go vintage on 1, and then I'll go current on 2.
And if getting down to 3 and it's easier to go to 5, feel free to go to 5.
No, I could go to 3 because this really could go to like 40 if I wanted to.
All right. Give me the top 3.
So any Kobe rookie card right now, I think,
of course,
is,
I believe, didn't it hit something big for him just sell recently?
Yes, I don't remember what the value was, but it hit $1.5 million, I think, or maybe just under there.
Okay.
But value-wise, you could get an 86 Jordan rookie card and spend a good chunk of money, or you could get a Kobe rookie card for probably a couple $100s at this point. But think about it; he's going to be in the Hall of Fame whenever the Hall of Fame induction ceremony is this year. I
believe it's in August.
Yeah. So once the Hall of Fame hits, his value will probably double overnight. So I would buy Kobe right now. It's a little over my spend range at the moment, but Kobe's a good one. If you're looking baseball, obviously any of these, young guys like Juan Soto or Tatis, I'm buying in on, their rookie cards. I have a pretty big stack of Tatis cards in front of me. And if I'm going to pick football here, and I'm buying Joe Burrow. I have a Joe Burrow rated rookie, which is the big kind of rookie card to get. This is rated rookie on it, and it's pink, and I have it sent off right now to get graded and put in a very nice case. So I'm waiting for it to come back, but I think Burrow cards are the way to go because they're slightly undervalued versus a Justin Herbert or Tua because he missed, what was it, the second half of the year with the knee injury.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just stunned listening to you to how crazy these cards are going for. Now, I don't really. Did I ever collect sports cards? I mean, I have some, so I'm sure I collected them, but not anywhere to like this level. It's probably like the packs you just get at like 7-Eleven or something like that. But I guess I should understand the value of cards, seeing as how recently I uncovered my Pokemon cards.
There's some value there. I don't understand Pokemon, and I'm not going to pretend to, but I sold like a few Pokemon. Couldn't even tell you their names, and for like $60, 2 cards.
I have. I've sold. So I did 2 rounds of sell-offs with it. So I had the original 151 cards, and then a couple of like promo cards that I got at like movie giveaways or in a cereal box, something like that. So the first round I did is I have a couple of friends who are big in the Pokemon card, buy, resell, all that kind of stuff for those cards. So I reached out to them first and said, listen, I have an original 151 set of cards. It's been sitting probably for the last 15 years untouched. You guys have first dibs. First round I did with those guys, I found a website that actually values every card depending on the year it was made. You can put in all the information on the card, and it'll tell you the value of the card. So I priced all of that, gave it a bulk discount. I think I moved approximately 20 cards for like $400, give or take. Did a second round of sell-off just on the internet, publicly, just whoever. Sold about 65 cards for about $600. So I've sold approximately half of them, about 75 to 80, for about $1,000, and it is way more valuable than if I tried to sell them as a whole. I tried to sell them as a whole untouched package, and they were going for maybe $800-900, and for the whole untouched set, I couldn't let that go for that little amount.
Yeah, I get that. It's weird.
It's difficult to sell, to break it down and sell individually. Like, it's time consuming, but it is what it is. Now, is there value? Like, I understand that obviously players are more valuable than other players' cards. Are there any value to having like a whole say you had the whole Lakers championship team from the bubble? You have the whole team. Is there more value in having the whole team or just having like LeBron and AD?
LeBron and AD.
Oh, really?
There are people who collect, team sets and whatnot, and I think it's pretty cool. If the Flyers ever won the Stanley Cup, I would definitely do something like
our
that.
team set's a thing. I guess I should have started there.
Yeah, but there's not really.
Not really.
Yes, but not really.
Do they make like international cards? Like for example, is there a Kobe Bryant Olympic card?
They have certain inserts within some sets. Like this year, there was a really cool product that came out for the first time called Mosaic, which was, as you can kind of picture, like the coloring on the cards was really nice. And they had KD in a Team USA jersey, and I think Tim Duncan and a couple of guys like that. So there's not necessarily sets. I mean, there might be from, years and years ago that are probably in pretty bad shape, but there's not new sets coming out like that, but they kind of throw them in as one-off inserts and packs here and there.
I'm sure there's major card collection events all over the country during a normal year.
Yes.
Is there one in Philly?
Yes, it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be this month, and then it got pushed to.
What's it called?
That's a great question. I should probably know this, but off the top of my head, I have no idea.
That's fair enough. What's it at downtown at the convention center?
Last year was in Cherry Hill, so right over the bridge.
Okay.
I didn't go. And then the National Sports Card Show last year was in Atlantic City. Didn't go to that either. This year it's in Chicago. Probably
it moves
going
around?
to go. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll probably go to that. I'm pretty close to booking. I have so many flight credits from last year that I'll probably just use one of my flight credits to head out there for the weekend. And if all things go well, then I'll just stay out that way and cover the next IndyCar race a couple hours away from it.
Nice. Now, I'm sure at the national convention, that's where all the big guys are, the big name people. Yeah. Are the biggest deals done there, or are they done at just random auctions? Because a lot of times when you have those guys all in one room, talks can heat up, and deals can get done at an accelerated pace.
So I've never been to one of the big ones.
Gotcha.
The shows I've been to, it's a lot of bargaining to me. All right, if I buy 10 cards, take $100 off or whatever. There's a couple auction sites that seem to get the most traction, where the Mickey Mantle rookie card sold for $5 million maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. At some point since it became 2021, it sold for $5.2 million. So I think the auction type places will always have the high value. And when you go to these card shows, it's, to me, more about wheeling and dealing.
Now, before we go to break, let me ask you, I have a question that I need you to answer regarding the one card I have. I need you to tell me what kind of value I'm looking at, okay?
Okay.
It is an autographed Carson Wentz Eagles card that his mom gave me. And I have a picture with his mom giving me the card.
Is it a rookie card or a not rookie card?
That is a good question. I have no clue. I do not believe it's a rookie card, but I can't answer that for a fact.
And it's funny. One of the guys in one of my sports cards groups, actually, I think he's in multiple groups on Twitter that I'm in, is trying to sell a Carson Wentz autographed authentic jersey right now and just hasn't had any luck. Naturally, he lives close to us, so nobody in Philly likes Carson Wentz right now.
Right.
But so I just pulled up some random values here. Some Carson Wentz rookie autographs are $50, $100. Some of the more rare ones are a couple $100. So let's say you've got a half decent one, and I'm just going to shoot the middle here and say $80 maybe if you find the right buyer on eBay.
So I'm better off trying to hold it for right now.
Yes, 100%. Let him play a year with the Colts, see how they do. This Carson Wentz autographed Eagles card.
And it is an absolute A+, pristine, the cleanest of clean conditions. Like, it is pristine.
Yeah, I'm pulling up one here to just try to get a better picture of if this card is really nice. I'm on this app called Sold For, which is really cool because you can pull up eBay auctions, pictures, etc. Oh, this is a Senior Bowl card. That's garbage. Anyway, yeah, you could get decent money for it now, but if he has a good year with the Colts, his value is going to go right back up.
Love it. Well, we're going to go to a quick break. I may come up with a couple more questions during the break because, as I said, I'm fascinated by this. And I usually already catch your show right when it comes out. But now I'm going to hawk over it because you've got my attention now. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to partake in it, but I'm fascinated. Absolutely fascinated.
I appreciate that.
So we're going to go to a break. And then on the other side, I had mentioned to you yesterday that I saw a list of the top animated cartoon characters of all time. And I got to say, this list is out of whack.
It's awful.
We'll get to that on the other side. Brad and Emery in the morning. No Marcus Brown. I'm Justin Emery. Got my man Mike Joachim co-hosting with me. We'll be back on the other side.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys today about my friends at Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream. USA Today selected Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream as the best ice cream parlor in Pennsylvania. Uncle Mike's is a family-owned and dedicated to the production of premium quality and gourmet ice cream and sorbet, made fresh daily on the premises using the highest quality ingredients available. Uncle Mike's features over 30 unique delicious flavors offered in scoops, sundaes, shakes, and special order ice cream cakes and pies. Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream is located at 537 York Road in Warminster and is open all year round. Visit Uncle Mike's and let their friendly staff serve you happiness one scoop at a time.
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about Beef Jerky Outlet. 110 Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, right at the corner of Business Route 1 and Oxford Valley Road. Check them out online at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne. Use promo code BREMY for 10% off your orders. You can check out, they have all sorts of them. Everything you could think of beef jerky, they have. They have a ton of other stuff too. Spices, barbecue sauces, peanuts, all different kind of things. My personal favorite, the honey barbecue turkey jerky. Head up there. Sharon and Michael will take great care of you. Again, use promo code BREMY for 10% off your order at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys about my friends at Amy's Pizza. Amy has a plethora of pizzas for your munching pleasure, especially pizzas such as Hawaiian, margarita, and taco. Taco actually being my personal favorite. And also plenty more. If it's sandwiches you desire, they've got those too. Cheesesteaks, burgers, hoagies, even gyros. Amy's offers pickup and takeout options. Also, they're available on Grubhub. Amy's is located at 332 York Road in the heart of Hatboro. You can call them today at 215-957-1000. Again, that's 215-957-1000.
Yeah, man. Brandon Emery in the morning. Justin Emery, co-host. Special guest Mike Joachim today. So we teased that we have the list of the top animated characters. Now, Mike, if I were to just say to you, who is the number one animated character of all time? Who would you say?
Even though I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the show, I think I would go The Simpsons. Like
Oh.
any of them.
Fair. If you had to pick one, though, we're talking characters, not necessarily shows. Who would you pick off of The Simpsons?
Oh, Homer.
There you go. Okay. Now, a lot of people would say it's Mickey Mouse.
Fair.
Now, I understand from a level of what's the word I'm looking for? Impact. It probably is Mickey Mouse, if we're being honest. I mean, Disney is one of the top brands in the entire world in any aspect. But I'm not necessarily taking Mickey Mouse personally. So you went Homer. I have to tend to agree with you. However, Homer actually came in second on this list. Number one was Bugs Bunny.
Hey.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If we're doing a bracket of 64, they're both one seeds.
Yes. Yes.
But I cannot give Bugs Bunny the number one overall seed. I'm sorry.
No, I feel like I don't know. I have so many problems with this list starting from the top. I can't even like wrap my head around how much annoys me about this list the more I look at it. For everybody listening, you sent me this
Yes, I'll send you this
2 hours ago. So I'm still coming to terms with.
So I'll give you the top
List.
10, okay? I'll start at number 10.
Yeah.
Well, first, actually, before I do that, let me give you my personal top 5.
Okay.
Okay, because I don't want to, and then I'll get yours because I don't want to, I don't want to interfere that with when I run down the list. So my personal top 5: number 1, Homer Simpson. Number 2, Eric Cartman. Number 3, Bender from Futurama. Number 4, Scooby-Doo. Number 5, Bart Simpson.
Okay. I like it.
And if you don't want, I'm willing though, if you don't want to go from the same show, number 5, Stewie Griffin.
All right. All right.
Because I understand it, like if you, but Homer is The Simpsons. So let's be honest with you. Homer is The Simpsons. So give me your top 5.
So I'll go with Homer. Actually, I'm going to go with Peter Griffin, number 1.
Okay.
Because I prefer Family Guy over The Simpsons, but
That's fair.
Homer Simpson would be number 2.
I cannot dispute that. That's fair. Though I will. Well, I'll address it afterwards. Give me your rest. What's so there's 2. Number 3.
Number 3, despite not being a Disney fan in the slightest, I think I would put Mickey in the top 3. Number 4, I don't know South Park very well at all, as embarrassing as that is, but yeah, I'll put Cartman at number 4 because South Park is pretty epic every bit I've watched.
They had a vaccine special last night.
Oh wow! Well, I will have to go. I will watch that. I will watch like when people tell me
they had a pandemic special maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And then last night they had a vaccine special.
See, when people tell me things like that, I will go watch an episode of it.
You need to. You need to watch both of them. Watch the pandemic one first.
Yeah.
Before the vaccine one.
Number 5, I'm going to stick with the same show and go with, I don't know, can we do a combo of like Stewie Griffin and Bart Simpson, like the kids of both of those shows?
I'll give you that. I'll give you the Griffin and Simpson families.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And then specifically the dad / husband standalone.
Yes.
Okay. That's a solid list. Though I would venture to say that Peter, for me personally, it would be Stewie and Brian standalone, and then the rest of the Griffin family.
I can respect that. You could go either way with that one and not and argue your point successfully.
Yes. But I feel like the gap between Peter and his kids is smaller though than Homer and his kids. Homer's decisively better than the rest of his family, whereas you can make an argument that Stewie or Brian is better than Peter. I don't think there's very much argument that Bart, because let's be honest, Bart would be number 2. There's no there's no real argument that Bart is number one, is going to be over Homer in the pecking order for that show.
Yeah. Okay. I agree.
So I'll run you down the top 10. I'll start at 10. Eric Cartman. Too low for me personally.
Agreed.
9. SpongeBob SquarePants. I get it. I would even argue to venture to say while he's not on mine, number 9 is too low for him. In the grand scheme of everything.
In the grand scheme of this list, yes.
I think number 9 is too low for him. Number 8, Charlie Brown and Snoopy. I'm cool bumping them down.
Yeah. Top 20.
Top 20. I don't think they're top 10.
Yeah.
Number 7, Angelica Pickles.
Way too high.
Way too high. And I don't even know if she's the one I'm taking from that show.
No, not at all.
So way too high. She does not deserve to be there. Number 6, Fred and Barney.
I can live with that.
I think that they do belong in the top 10, but I think 6 is a little high for them. I feel like it would be better if them and SpongeBob were swapped.
I could live with that too. Yeah.
Now here's one for me that was out of the box that I did not think of, but the animated version I love, the other version I hate. The Grinch. Number 5.
Yeah. This is the one that I looked at in the top 10 that I went, I'm cool with it, but at the same time, I would never put it in my top 10.
Yeah, I understand why it's in the top 10. I have a hard, I can't rank holiday movies in, some of the best movies ever. Because, I'm not watching a Christmas movie in October. I'm just not.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm not watching a Christmas movie outside of, between Thanksgiving and Christmas is the only time I'm watching a Christmas movie.
To be honest with you, I know I'm going to, quote unquote, sound like a Grinch here. I don't even like watching Christmas movies during Christmas time for the most part.
Well, listeners of the show know I don't even watch movies. So, the fact that I'm watching Christmas movies is kind of odd in and of itself. But, the Grinch, like I said, he's a seasonal character, so that's why I understand, but I just have a hard time putting him up here. Number 4, Beavis and Butthead. Just no. They're funny, but top 5, let alone top 10, absolutely not.
I would give it top 10. I wouldn't give it top 5.
That's where we strongly disagree. I might give them top 25.
I would give them at least top 15. If we're gonna come to a compromise here, I would give them top 15.
Okay, I'll meet you on that. But I'd give them 13, 14, 15. They're not 11, 12.
They're so huge in the crowd that's just older than us. The people who are late 30s, early 40s that's what they grew up on. So I can see them arguing for Beavis and Butthead to be top 5.
Okay. Number 3, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
No.
I have nothing else to add to that other than no. Other than,
No.
as we said, number 2, Homer, and number 1, Bugs Bunny. Now, 11 was Bart and Lisa Simpson. Number 12 was Fat Albert. Number 13 was the Powerpuff Girls.
Ugh.
Number, Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice. Come on now. Number 14, Daffy Duck. Number 15, Pikachu. 16, Gumby. 17, Betty Boop. 18, Top Cat. 19, Mickey Mouse was right there. 20, Popeye. That's a lot to take in. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
Again, I'm not a...
Wait, hold up. This list is fraudulent. I didn't look past the top 10 before looking at it. How is Mickey Mouse number 19 and number 37?
Oh, no, that's 37 is Mighty Mouse.
Oh. Yeah, I also reading's not one of my strong suits either.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I was list is still suspect because it's got Bugs Bunny 1. There we go.
Yeah, okay. Nice recovery.
No.
Yeah, listen, Disney is not my strong suit. Disney is my wife's strong suit and my mother-in-law's strong suit, but Definitely still too low.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be 19. That's disrespectful. I mean, Scooby-Doo's at 20. Here's some of the bigger ones. Scooby-Doo's 22. Winnie the Pooh's 27. George of the Jungle 30. Ren and Stimpy 31. I mean, those dudes were wild. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me some Ren and Stimpy, but 31, I can't believe they ranked. Tweety and Sylvester, like that's cool. Yogi Bear, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner 38, like that's disrespectful, but at the same time, it's great for a show that has no dialogue.
Fair.
That imagine doing a whole show and not saying anything. It got 38th. Donald Duck, 43.
Wait, you skipped one. I'm curious on Daria at 41, which is like,
All right, I'll tell you the main reason why I skipped over that.
Okay, go ahead.
Have no idea what it is.
It's from the same era as Beavis and Butthead. So late 90s, early 2000s, and she was like, I don't know, super melodramatic and angsty and everything that was big back in that time, but I didn't find it remotely entertaining the few episodes I probably watched that show. Like that show wouldn't even touch my top 50.
Yeah, I never heard of it. Straight up never heard of it. I'll take your word for it though, but I never heard of it.
Honestly, I had to Google what years it was in production while I was ranting about it.
That's fair. Alvin, 44, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Woody Woodpecker, 46. And I'm sorry, no, this one's just disrespectful. 50th, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that's rough.
Now, I'm not advocating them to even be in the top 25, but to be dead last. Like, how the hell is Winnie the Pooh above Tom and Jerry?
I will also say at 49 is Speed Racer, and probably most people don't care about Speed Racer, but being that my life partially revolves around race cars, I am just excited that it's on the list.
That's fair. I also don't know what Speed Racer is.
Yeah,
but I will. I'll take your word that it's better than Tom and Jerry apparently.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
And like, look at Bobby Hill at 48. Come on, Bobby Hill is. There's at least 5 characters better than him on King of the Hill.
Yeah, like what's the main Hank? Why isn't Hank on this list?
Hank, Boomhauer. Like Boomhauer is a legendary character. Dale, are you kidding me? Dale. Who's it? Who's it? Bill? Like any of those guys. Bobby Hill, come on now.
I feel like the second half of the first half of this list, for the most part, first 25, you can say reasonably about 17 or 18 should be in the top 25.
Yeah.
The last 15, like starting.
Who's Gerald McBoing Boing?
I have no idea.
I have no who is that?
Like that one.
And I'm scared to look it up because I don't know what Google will give me for McBoing Boing.
I'm definitely not Googling that. No, definitely not.
Like, I don't suggest that. Like, that's like when I tried to buy a new Phillies jersey years ago. And I can tell you that the website for Dick's Sporting Goods is not Dick's.com.
No.
Okay? Do not do that.
I worked there in high school for my junior year, senior year, and then I would come back and work like Black Friday and Christmas break my freshman and sophomore year of college, I think. And I got a lot of phone calls working as a cashier as to infuriated customers that they went to the wrong website.
Yeah, I can imagine. Guilty.
Yeah.
Big time guilty over here. So, you got any final thoughts on the list?
No.
If you could get a trading card of one of these characters, who would it be?
Oh, Homer.
Homer? What year?
Whatever year, like quote unquote rookie card, and the first year the show came out.
So I'll tell you a little tidbit about The Simpsons. I'm a big Simpsons guy. I in the last couple of years they've fizzled out a little bit. I will admit that. I am always a little partial to it though. Whenever I hear they're up for contract extensions, to renew the show, and they recently just renewed for 2 more seasons, and that made me extremely happy because a tidbit about The Simpsons is that I was born on the day that the pilot aired. So I am literally as old as The Simpsons. So I always get excited when it's like, oh, we've renewed The Simpsons for 33rd and 34th season. I'm like, damn, we're still in there. Let's go. Got it. Get it. Let's make it happen. So it would be an 89, would be the rookie card. But if we're talking, you want one of them in the heyday, I'd suggest 96.
Yeah, mid 90s. I can see that.
I think I would try to get, if it could be, I mean, obviously they're not making cards of this, so we can kind of make our own thing up. I would want a card that has both Stewie and Brian on it together.
Yes,
I feel
definitely.
like a combo Stewie Brian card would be tremendous.
Agreed.
As long as I don't get Gerald McBoyne.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably in the X-rated set.
Yeah, that's something Prince would probably be having. Prince would be all over that. So we're gonna go have another quick commercial break, and then on the other side, Mike, you're a hockey guy, so I'm a little worried about this. But
yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I might be in trouble. We'll be having hockey or no. And the last 2 weeks, I've cleaned Marcus up in it. I don't know if I'm going to win this week, though. I might have my work cut out for me. We'll get to that on the other side. Go to a quick commercial break. Marcus and Bradham in the morning. Or Marcus Amber. I always do that. He's 2 different people. No, it's Marcus Bradham. Yeah, the one time I did the intro, I was like, yeah, you're listening to Marcus and Bradham? I was like, no, man, my co-host is one person, not 2. One person, not 2. Bradham Emery in the morning. Marcus Bradham is not here. I'm Justin Emery. Mike Joachim playing guest hosting duties. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys today about my friends at Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream. USA Today selected Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream as the best ice cream parlor in Pennsylvania. Uncle Mike's is a family-owned and dedicated to the production of premium quality and gourmet ice cream and sorbet, made fresh daily on the premises using the highest quality ingredients available. Uncle Mike's features over 30 unique delicious flavors offered in scoops, sundaes, shakes, and special order ice cream cakes and pies. Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream is located at 537 York Road in Warminster and is open all year round. Visit Uncle Mike's and let their friendly staff serve you happiness one scoop at a time.
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about Beef Jerky Outlet. 110 Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, right at the corner of Business Route 1 and Oxford Valley Road. Check them out online at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne. Use promo code BREMI for 10% off your orders. You can check out, they have all sorts of them. Everything you could think of beef jerky, they have. They have a ton of other stuff too. Spices, barbecue sauces, peanuts, all different kind of things. My personal favorite, the honey barbecue turkey jerky. Head up there. Sharon and Michael will take great care of you. Again, use promo code BREMI for 10% off your order at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys about my friends at Amy's Pizza. Amy has a plethora of pizzas for your munching pleasure, especially pizzas such as Hawaiian, margarita, and taco. Taco actually being my personal favorite. And also plenty more. If it's sandwiches you desire, they've got those too. Cheesesteaks, burgers, hoagies, even gyros. Amy's offers pickup and takeout options. Also, they're available on Grubhub. Amy's located at 332 York Road in the heart of Hatboro. You can call them today at 215-957-1000. Again, that's 215-957-1000.
Yeah, man. And we're back. I might have to roll over to Amy's today for lunch. I'm starving. That sounds so good.
Yeah, I wasn't really hungry beforehand, but I can honestly say listening to that twice now, I'm starving.
Yeah, Amy, their sandwiches are so good. They're huge. It's A+. I'm definitely going to be rolling over there after the show then and get something to eat for lunch. No doubt about it. Go say hey to Omar while you're there. I'll be seeing him. And Definitely get your munch on, everybody. Go over to Amy's Pizza in Hatboro. Now, I've been feeling myself the last 2 weeks, Mike. Been feeling myself hard. Because I'm going to be the last person who considers himself a hockey guy.
Yes.
But hockey or no, I've been cleaning up these last 2 weeks. Now, Marcus knows hockey, but I do not believe he considers himself a hockey guy. You, sir, though, you are a hockey guy.
Yes. Played most of my life. Still watch just about every game. Flyers or not, I like watching hockey. So, yeah.
So I got my work cut out for me this week for hockey or no. Now, everybody knows the rules. I don't know hockey. I don't know movies. So Mike took Marcus's role today and come up with a list of guys for it. As always, the list has no Golden Knights players on it, simply because working for the team, I know everybody that's on the team. So, without any further ado, we will get into this week's segment of hockey or no. What do we got, Mike? Let's hear the first name.
Seth Jones.
Seth Jones. I'm going to say hockey.
Hey, you got it right.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Hot streak continues.
What's considered a hot streak? How many do you have to get to call it a win? Like a majority?
Yeah. You have 7 names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get 4 of them. So
Okay.
in order for me to win, I have to get 4 of them. I have to get the majority.
All right, got it. So let's go to Kyle Connor.
I believe he plays hockey.
Yes.
Yes. I feel like I've heard his name before.
Justin Hartley.
I want to say hockey because it sounds like a hockey name, but I feel like you're not going to run me 3 hockey players in a row. I'm going to go nah.
All right, you're 3 for 3.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go with this one might be easy. Colin Yost.
What's his? Who is it? What was his first name?
Colin.
Colin Yost.
Yeah.
Crap. Because this could go either way. I'm gonna go hockey.
No, he's the SNL guy.
Oh. All right. Fair enough.
Let's go with Daniel Kaluuya.
That guy's got to be hockey, right? A last name
Nope.
like that. No. Oh, okay. All right then. All
He's
right.
the actor from the movie Get Out, for those who aren't sure.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, I was feeling real good. Now not so much.
Let's go with Jake Allen.
Thing is, I know somebody named Jake Allen, and I know that he doesn't play hockey or act. Jake Allen. No, he doesn't play hockey. No.
He's the Montreal Canadiens backup goalie this year.
Oh, all right. Well, how leads diminish so quickly. All right, here's the tiebreaker. All right, what do you got for me, Mike?
Charlie Coyle.
Why you gotta do this to me, man? I was out here. I had a 3-0 lead. I was feeling myself. I was doing good. Now I'm out here. I gotta take a 50-50 guess on whether I'm gonna win or not. What was it? What was his first name?
Charlie.
Charlie Coyle. I'm gonna go that he plays hockey.
He does.
Yes. Victory.
I tried to keep the names generic-ish.
Yes, absolutely. No, you did. That was a great job. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna lose. I thought I was taking the L, but no, I prevailed.
I changed one of the names. Jake Allen was originally a hockey player named Jacob Markstrom, and I went, that's too hockey to put on the list.
Yeah. Anytime I hear those names I'm just like, no, they play hockey. They play hockey, and more often than not, they don't.
Yeah, like Daniel Kaluuya, you can thank my wife for that one because I looked at her, I was like, who's a big actor with a tough name?
Yeah, no, tip of the cap to her. You know how little I know movies or actors? You could put that same name in next week, and I'd still probably guess it wrong. Because Marcus has done that before. But I will, after the 3rd or 4th time, I will figure it out. So that wraps up pretty much this show. Now, we got the Sixers tonight in Chicago, which means we finally have NBA action back, which means I can finally become a real sports fan again. I'm back to being a real person. We have the Sixers. Can't believe the Wizards lost yesterday, but they did. They took the L. Sixers tonight in Chicago. No Embiid, no Simmons. Sixers tomorrow in D.C. No Simmons, potentially Embiid. Sixers back in Philly Sunday with fans in the stands. Mike, I appreciate you jumping on with me. Everything. Plug everything. Let everybody know where everything's at.
Yeah, so let's stick with the show stuff. Pitlane Parley is where you can find everything racing. Even if you're not a big racing fan and you might be casual, reach out to me and I'm glad to answer questions or YouTube, send you some YouTube races to watch or whatever. That's at Pitlane Parley, Parley. Our social media is super active on there. And then Cardboard Fever Podcast, the Twitter handle and all of our social media handle is at Card Fever Pod, because cardboard was too long. Also, we've got a TikTok that I post weekly videos on different card things. I don't really know what I'm doing with TikTok, so I'm not trendy like all the 18-year-old kids out there, but I'm trying. So take a look on TikTok for that if you've got the app. And yeah, racing season's right around the corner, and I'll be traveling to some card shows at a minimum this year. So if I am somewhere near you, I'd love to say hello.
I got TikTok. I'll follow you. I don't ever post anything. I just watch the funny dog videos.
Dude, I love the funny dog videos. My wife and I die daily over dog videos, and we're like, we need another dog now.
Yeah, the dog videos are hilarious.
Dog videos are hilarious, and I post once a week something card related, and I actually get a decent amount of views, but I really don't know what I'm doing.
I've never made one. If my first TikTok I ever make will be the one where people make their soul come out of their body. I want to do that one and then make it go back into me. But I don't know how to do that, so I'll never make a TikTok because I refuse to do one unless that's the first one I do.
Yeah, that's fair. I swore, 6 months ago, I swore I would never have a TikTok, period. Then my wife kept sending me dog videos. I'm like, this is really cute. I can't get enough of this. So then I created a TikTok account and I didn't do anything with it. And then the show started and I went, there are some good card accounts on here, but not enough that I can't join the fold and get some good views. So here I am eating every word I said last year about how stupid TikTok was.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, catch me at Justin Emery Show on Twitter. Follow the show everywhere at Brad and Memory Pod. Merchandise stores up at Brad and Memory Show. Until next time, you can be with us, you can be against us, but you're never going to stop us. Late.